So it's been a while since I sat down and recorded a video like this. And honestly, I think I disappeared because life started happening so beautifully that I was too busy living it instead of documenting it. But lately, I've been thinking a lot about manifestation. Not in the unrealistic way people sometimes talk about it online, not in the just think about it something and it appears overnight kind of way. I think manifestation is quieter than that. I think it starts with energy, with imagination, with the way you speak to yourself when nobody is listening, with the way you slowly begin believing that maybe your life can hold beautiful things too. And I didn't realize how much that changed until recently because this entire year, especially past few months, felt like I was living moments I had only once imagined in my head. Before my birthday, I got my hair done, and I know that sounds like a small thing, but for me, it was symbolic. Like I was preparing myself for a new version of me, a softer version, a version that finally wanted to be seen. And then my birthday came. And for the first time in my life, my birthday genuinely felt beautiful. Not like just another day passing by. It felt warm. We first went to the Devi Mandir, and somehow even that experience felt manifested. Because usually places like that are crowded, chaotic, and full of long waiting lines. But somehow we got VIP entry thanks to, and we didn't have to stand there for hours waiting in the line. We just walked in peacefully, had darshan, and came back out. Everything flowed so smoothly that day, and maybe it sounds dramatic, but I remember standing there and thinking, life feels unusually kind to me right now. And after that, on the way back, we went to the Sun Temple. And surprisingly, the temple was empty. There was no crowd. I'm not saying empty in a way that no one was there. There were people, but there was no crowd. There were merely 6 to 7 people there. And I can't even explain this properly, but the moment I was there, I felt connected to it in such a strange and personal way. I've always felt drawn towards the sun, not in an astrological way, but I don't even know what that fully means or how that works. But sunlight, golden hours, and rays of sunshine shining through the windows, something about it has always felt deeply familiar to me. And almost like I feel like it represents the kind of energy I always wanted to carry. And standing there at the Sun Temple, I genuinely felt like I belonged there. Like some parts of us are connected to certain places for reasons we can't logically explain. That entire day felt so soft. Then I went out with my friends. We had cake, we had good food, and we had lots and lots of talks and laughters. And they also got me gifts. And honestly, I don't think people realize how emotional that felt to me. Because I have never really celebrated my birthday properly before. Not like this. Not with the people who genuinely wanted to be there. And suddenly I was sitting there realizing that all these small moments I used to imagine for myself, they were actually happening. And no gift, no expensive thing can compare to the feeling of being seen. And the weird thing is, the month just kept getting better after that. Everything started flowing, I started feeling more creative, more inspired. And then, not unexpectedly, but then I got a new iPhone 17, which is honestly funny because I'm not a big fan of iPhones, obviously. And I was genuinely happy with my Android, but since I got it, the camera is insane, bro. The craziest part about all of this is that none of these things happened exactly the way I imagined them. They happened even better. That's why I believe in manifestation, and I think it is real. Not because life magically hands you everything you want overnight, but because your inner world slowly change first. You start expecting softness instead of disappointment, and you stop believing that life is always against you, and you start becoming someone you can actually receive good things without questioning them. And then somehow your reality begins shifting too. I think manifestation is deeply connected to self concept. The moment you stop identifying with sadness and lack and loneliness, and someone that says that nothing ever good happens to me, life starts responding differently. And trust me, I know what it feels like to think life will never change. I know what it feels like to spend birthdays feeling empty, to watch other people experience beautiful moments while thinking maybe that kind of happiness just isn't meant for you. But life surprises you quietly, and suddenly you're sitting in a car after visiting a temple, holding gifts in your lap, surrounded by people you love, watching sunlight fall all across your face, and realizing this used to be something I only daydreamed about. I think that's why gratitude is so important, because once life starts becoming softer, you realize how much beauty exists in ordinary things. A peaceful darshan, a good conversation, cakes shared with people you care about, music playing during a drive, sunlight through the window, a camera capturing memories you once thought you'd never make. And maybe manifestation isn't really about controlling your life. Maybe it's about becoming emotionally available for joy. Maybe it's about allowing yourself to believe that beautiful things can happen to you too. And honestly, I think younger me would be so shocked to see how beautiful life feels right now. It is not perfect, but it's good. And for the first time in a very long time, I'm not constantly waiting for something bad to happen. I'm just feeling grateful. And I think that's the version of me I always wanted to become. So, if you're watching this, let this be your reminder that life can change so quietly you don't even notice it at first. One good month can heal parts of you that sadness lived in for years. One unexpected moment can remind you that maybe life was never against you. And sometimes the things you once only imagined find you when you least expect them to. So, yeah, that's where I've been, living the life I once kept visualizing in my head. And honestly, I think life keeps surprising me like this. That's it for this video. This is me, Kat, signing off.